Well, I'm going to say good day, beautiful beings. It's morning here, but good day. We're getting a good amount of rain here, which California always is grateful for. So here's the deal. Thank you. Let's just start off with thank you. I I know who's on this call, and there are some beings who are showing up who are very far away, and some who have other commitments and they're showing up. And so I'm in full gratitude here. Trust me, I'm in full gratitude. Just love, 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 right? So we're gonna just jump in. There's just some pieces here that are really, really big. And I would say, in a way, to me, this is one of the most significant days. I almost want to say of my life, of our lives. Just everything that you have been doing in terms of your spiritual work, personal, for the planet, for your community, for your loved ones. You're here and you're prepared. And I am so grateful that there are beings like you who are doing the work. I just feel it in my heart. And why is this day significant? Well, because it's the last day of the year of the snake. And I got to tell you, that was probably my most significant year of my entire life in so many ways. And if you look at this picture, you'll see that skin that's been shed. Today, because it's the last day, we're going to focus a little bit on some info guidance that has been blasting through, and also I'm writing a chapter right now on one of these subjects, which I think you'll identify right away. Once we get to it, you're going to go, okay. Um, so I want to, yesterday I just literally sat in my chair and go, okay, give me some spiritual hacks for this one issue in our life, this one remaining aspect. Attachment. Because you see, not only are we saying goodbye to the snake and and going through a shedding, but that shedding, we're not just shedding our stuff, we're shedding our attachment to 3D. Well, what do you mean, you say? But I still, I'm sitting at a table. This is 3D. Yes, but there's a way to be embodied in 3D as 5D, connected on 6D. And we're going to elucidate on that. I'm going to elucidate on that. So, I wrote this very, very long chapter on attachment, entanglements, and addiction. I mean, I could have written a book on it. It's too much. And I said, just give me the hacks. Just give me the hacks. And so I was standing, in my kitchen preparing something. I just heard the words free to be. I go, right. And so today, this fading of of that very significant chapter in our lives. And I'm going to tell you, I've never paid attention to the Chinese New Year's ever. It's just this one just this one really lined up, I think, for a lot of beautiful beings. So the first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to just look at these quotes, and we're going to just try them on. Why not? And so what came to me was just to go, well, I wonder what I'm still attached to. I wonder what I'm still attached to. And it's a question, it's not a judgment. Big thing here, don't ever judge yourself for being attached. It's part of our wiring. It's part of our survival uh, construct is to be attached to mommy because she's going to feed me, and be attached to, our family because they're going to love me, and be attached to things because we have to have things in order to just not be laying out on the ground and drying up. So, but we can have things and not be attached to them. So just ponder that question. I wonder what I'm still attached to. Yeah, I know for me, I'm a Taurus, and of all the senses, someone diagnosed me as a taste. So you put those two together and you've got I like healthy, yummy food, and I like it prepared well, but I'm attached to having it taste well. And so noting that as I prepare my meals and having a giggle is the perfect way to practice, for me to practice non-attachment to that. So let's just open our session here with a little love, 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 and just be in that for a moment. Love, love, love. Easiest way, if you're feeling you just love, love, love. The ego just goes you for that moment. Maybe the moments thereafter, maybe it's just a big shift. Love, love, love. And while you're doing, you're just like, while I'm in this, just curious. I wonder, what is it that I'm still attached to? And I say still because I know you all have worked really hard to let go. So, yeah, I think the biggest thing is having things be our way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And just feel into how that could be so. Second thing could be, well, I'm attached to being safe. Well, that's normal. That's normal because we have these, relatively fragile encasements here called bodies. And then if you picked one, two, or three things that you can just put your finger on, just look at one, say, you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay. It may not even feel that way, but when you say it, it contradicts it and starts to shift the energy. I'm okay. It's all okay. It's all okay. Try those on. Hmm. And you might even symbolically look, and just peel away a little bit of dead snake skin and drop it to the ground and, with a little giggle. Hmm. And then, there you are in a situation, you go, you know what? No expectations. I have an intention, and the intention feels pretty spot on. But you know what? No expectations. Except I'm going to expect the best for all. I'm gonna affirm, yeah, the best is yet to happen. But in terms of the expectations that it's got to be my way, I'm softening on that. Another one I love is, you know what, you choose. You know how we're used to kind of getting our way, what restaurant we're going to go to, or who's going to drive the car, or whatever. It's like, hey, You choose. It's so soft. It's really lovely having that ability to live in that softness. You choose. But the one they gave me is really, if you can identify that feeling of being attached to someone or something or an idea or a way that you have to be free to be, free to be, free to be, and then let go, let flow. And, we always say let go, let God. And sometimes I steer away from that because it has such a masculine connotation in my growing up years, the mighty hand of God and, et cetera, et cetera. So you can put whatever word that you want in that. But flow is the flow of source. It's the expression of source. So let go and then experience that flow. And that's what we're going to be about today, is really being, shall we say, I'm going to say the word cell tower for this new flow that's coming in. It's here. It's already here. It's just things are loosening up so that we can loosening up and lining up for us to feel it. And and sometimes I go, oh, why not? Oh, whatever. Why not? Whatever. Because it's a feeling of letting go of control and just letting my guidance and letting the universe be in charge. And oh my gosh, what's amazing is the results. Things just materialize out of nowhere. And then that makes me giggle. I let go and then it showed. So so there's those. And you could take a screenshot or I had this all lined up. I can send these to you. But one of the one of the kind of mantras that came to me, in star language, and I wasn't going to burden you with the star language when it came to me. But the translation is, I release control. Control releases me. I am one with source. Source now flows through me. And that's just such a beautiful little prayer, isn't it? I release control. Control releases me. Right there, you're starting to slough off the 3D right there, because it's all about control here. And I'm talking about this, I call it the 3D the simulation. We're feeling it, and it is breaking apart. And we're just stepping in with another possibility. It's like, okay, break apart, but we're going to step in with the flow. Okay, now we go to the next, we go to the next piece of this. Well, also what's experiencing, so we're sloughing, we're shedding the skin. And today, if you have moments, really see if you can, say, oh, every hour on the hour, I'm gonna either do an affirmation about releasing control, or I'm gonna just see, am I feeling attached to anything? And just tune into it and release it. And it's a practice. That's what the Buddha said. Practice non-attachment. And of course, probably to, the very moment that we leave this realm, we're going to be attached to the body. So we're practicing how to do it. And I really feel that also, once we go through our personal awakening and our collective awakening, this will be less and less something that needs to be addressed as a practice, but more the practice will be, how can I love more, right? How can I love more? So tomorrow's is a solar eclipse, and it is the very special one where you get kind of the totality of it, and then you get the little ring of fire around it. We're not going to see it. We're not going to see any of it. It's more for Antarctica and perhaps Southern Australia. And we do have someone from Australia with us today. So I will be tapping in with her to see if there's any way she saw any part of that. Thank you, Kate. But that, these eclipses, what it is, it's an interruption. We're very cycle oriented, right? With the sun coming up, even if there's clouds, there's light. Even though there's drenching rain, there's still light. It's not black, it's not dark, it's not night. And so here's an interruption in the cycle, and it's kind of like an awakening. And I find it very interesting that this new year, this Chinese year is ending and the other one is beginning with a ring of fire. And it's the fire horse. So it feels like something's going to ignite. And the guidance is the possibility of having that 5D frequency more available upon awakening, more available. And, allowing this last bit of fire to burn through so that we are now able to decide which side of the split we're going to embrace. And I don't have any doubts about any of you. I know in some ways, some of you have never met, but I know you. And I know that if you're here, you'll choose love. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. So here's this, just kind of, and I sense that it's in the morning, but check your time zone and just have a few moments of tune in. Why not? If it works for your schedule. The other thing that we're about here is in the divine encodements, and we're going to do some work. And what I've been doing is kind of waking up in the morning. Okay, tell me. And well, today it's going to be I am harmony. And then I watched as that unfolded through the day. Sometimes it's two. Oh, I am power and I am grace. Whoa, that was very powerful. And then I really needed to move some energy in 3D, just get things going. I'm in power, I'm intent, I am will. Whoa, that moved energy. And so these are yours. These are yours. And if for those of you who aren't normally tuned in with us, this capital A and capital M is a declarative from source. I am. It's the what is. And these are radiations from that source. These are emanations, delineations of how divinity shows up in this realm and to grace us and as an invitation. Are you, I am willing to be an I am for the day? Or perhaps you say, for the rest of my life, I am light. Or, you know what? No matter where I go, I am peace. So for me, choosing the different ones is just tell me what you want me to do. Again, letting go, releasing control to the source. Why not? So now, because of the work that we're going to do, I'd like you to peruse and check in and see, are there one or two or three of these that you can and will and want to hold for our work here? You can always make a note too, like, well, tomorrow I want a different one. Absolutely. Okay, I'm getting a hit on mine. Yep, yep. Okay. So I'm going to give you another moment to peruse. Love, love, love. And just releasing any ideas about it and just shifting into the purity of it. The purity of it. Beautiful. Okay, and now I'm starting to tune into you all. And bringing us all together with love, 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 love. This is our avatar dance. Love, 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 love. It's really sweet. My dog came up and she wants me to choose one for her. Mm, okay, I chose one for you. Okay. Okay, whatever. Okay, so here we are. Now we go to our next phase here. So here we see the 6D grid. Now, when we look at pictures of the earth, spiritual pictures there, there's this grid. Well, the grid's always squares, and squares are control. And in a way, there's nothing wrong with it. But when I was quite young, I was in a meditation group, and they're like, squares they're not allowing evolution. And we were to go through and we were to cut into the squares and make at least triangles. And so we went all around the earth doing this wherever we were guided. And I was and light beings came to help us with that, by the way. And I was very impressed as a 20-year-old, 20 something, we'll say. But what's been evolving through our work together is this idea, and I think it emerged like probably, well, during COVID, so probably 4 or 5 years ago, this crystalline grid that's available as a 6D manifestation, a 6D interconnectivity. And several years ago, we had this beautiful, gorgeous crystalline being, which usually doesn't happen, come into the meditation and say, each one of you needs to be initiated into this possibility of being able to shift from an etheric structure to a crystalline structure. Etheric is great, it holds your cells together, but this crystalline structure is going to be necessary for your evolutionary tasks that are ahead of you. And that is to be the interconnectivity of the love field, because this is what we're choosing. We're choosing love as yeah, of course, not even as oh no, it's yeah, of course. And some people will still feel attached to fear, and it's okay. That's just, and that's the 3D. It's survival, and it's okay. And I want you just to kind of feel the dimensionality, and maybe now close your eyes for a moment. And we again love, 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 love. and start to say your I am into our group field. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. There, you're all doing it so quickly. It's quite beautiful. Wow. And we're reaching out to those who are connecting to us and not hearing my voice. Hopefully they're sensing, feeling, hearing on the quantum. There we go. Good. Just connected them in. And you all know people who are of this, and feel free to connect them into if I'm not remembering. There we go. Good. Ah, okay. Now expand the field if you would be so kind. Mm-hmm. And the word here is deepen, create depth, depth, depth of field, depth of field. Hey, I'm going to have to just talk a little bit more about this next phase. So last week we met just to see if we could quell the seismic activity that was going on in the West. And for those of you who are with us, those of you who are not, we were really guided to deconstruct a construct that was installed into the control system to create disasters and catastrophes and division, and it was quite the installation, and we worked very beautifully together to dismantle that. Now, the vision, no, the task, no, the territory that we are to begin our project 6D with is the West. If you want to look at your screen, I was able to simulate kind of a picture of what I see, because what happened during that process was over 300, I'm going to say 333 crystalline beings were called upon and jumped at the opportunity to come and participate, and went and anchored themselves at key spots in the West. And so as I was almost symbolically floating, it seemed like on the West Coast, looking out towards the east, I could see these crystalline beings coming in and logging into the planetary grid. And you all with your IMs went to different places. And interestingly enough, a good portion of you participating with don't live in the West. And you're like, well, why the West? This is where we are to start, because it's less, there's less 3D density here. because so many, I'm gonna just give credit to the hippies, Uh, things have been loosening up for now, you know, almost, well, half a century. And so there's desert here, and there's just not the density of the Midwest and then the East. And so we're asked to start the project here and to, in our own humble way, link with these crystalline beings, join with them. They, well, I've been told by different sources they feel honored to participate. It's not a job, it's an opportunity. It's a yes, it's never been done before. What is going to emerge from a very dense reality, from 1, 2, 3D, 4D to 6D, and even beyond that. Seven D is avatar frequency. And we've been open and bringing that through via the Christ, via Buddha, via Sanat Kumara, via Tara, via all those sacred beings that were and present as avatar frequencies. And so if you know who your avatar is, please invite that being in now. Oh my gosh. Wow. That changed everything. So you have your I am, and you invite an avatar to come through. And experience the light up and the love up. And this is our work today. Ye are to be cell towers for divinity. And in some ways, you can participate in the Project West, and you can also please be cell tower anchors where you live and breathe. And now there's a filtration coming through. It's very interesting through that that 60 hexagonal grid. There's a filtration coming through. It's a initiatory installation. I sense it raining upon us from actually from the 12th dimension. And if you are feeling it in your heart to say yes, an encodement specific for you is available. And Invite it. Mm. And is also filtering through into those crystalline beings. Coherency. Mm. Invite it, if you are able, down through your central channel, that channel of light that moves down in front of the spine all the way into the sacrum. Light up with this. This is to light you up. So opening to that 12D emanation, filtering down through your various chakras, filtering down. Interestingly enough, I see it snaking down. As, it's almost a reverse Kundalini. Mm-hmm. Mm. And say yes to being appropriately ignited for who you are. So this is very much about your personal path. Right there, right there, right there, right there. So the message now I'm getting is cell towers receive and transmit, but they're very tall. They rise above the landscape. So rise above right now. Rise up, rise up, rise up. And locate your transmission status. Some of you will need to be on and off with choice. Oh, okay, I'm on now. Okay, I'm off. Some of you will feel I need to be on when I'm awake. And some of you will want to be on every moment. And that is your choice, and you have to make it from your knowing. There's a very specific beam now coming all the way down and logging and lodging into your sacrum. It's your spiritus battery, your storage battery. And if you can nod, it helps move the quanta Sarah's down, down, down into there. And find your peace, your I am peace with this. Okay, yes. We are including aspects of Canada and aspects of Mexico. This is not about the US, it's about location, location, location. Okay, now, last task. Join me in emanating, logging in, anchoring what you have registered as your up leveling. You have registered. You're going to log on to the crystalline grid that is being held sanctified by the crystalline frequencies. There. Yes, yes, yes. Now we're going to time travel just a hair to tomorrow, what we call tomorrow. We're just going to ease into that as initiators, We're just holding space. It's almost like the congregation is just moving. And something is being softened. The veil is being softened in parts so that others can experience this if they are ready. The veil, the veil, the veil. Made more transparent. The veil, the veil. Okay. The forerunners, they are the forerunners, and we initiated the fire horses. And love, 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 love. Why not? Love, 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 love. Feel it, express it. Hmm. Hmm. Receive, receive, receive. Emanate. Love, 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 love. Receive. Soften. Receive. Mhm. Share. Why not? And then one last message. See what you can say yes to. What can you say yes to? Yes, 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 yes. And then what we start to initiate, hoo, is this 6T earth grid. And if you're at a moment to open your eyes, kind of put this together for us, we look down and we go, oh, there's the square grid. And then we look at her and we go, oh, look at that. So dimensional, so beautiful. Wow. And she goes, yay, yay, yay. Mm, mm, mm. I just, I think it's really interesting that um, Valentine's Day was so close. And I had an interesting day in that I had so many men just showing up to be supportive, uh, to, shall we say, do the heavy lifting. But one of them, I said, Valentine's Day is about receiving love. And he went, I could be on board for that. I go. And then his buddy over there said, yeah, that sounds good. And so it became very clear to me that, we say, I am love, and then I'm supposed to go love everybody. But it's really important that we receive love from one another and from whatever manifestation of divinity is showing up for you. Just like, just take it in, just take it in. Oh my gosh. And this is, in some small way, this is our celebration. We've been working on this crystalline network for, I'm going to say, yeah, 5 years. Just, I remember in the beginning of COVID, 2021 at the latest. So I want you to kind of sashay in your seat. And if you weren't with us at the beginning, that's okay because it's all now, right? It's all now. You're here now. We are now. We are here. We are your love. Mm. What a beautiful journey with all of you. And I just so appreciate you that you show up. Your presence makes it happen. Absolutely cannot do it on my own. There's no way. I can be a cell tower, and I will. I've signed up. I can be a vessel for avatar frequencies. I'm signed up. I can be an interconnective being with those on the planet and those are here but not seen. I'm signed up. I really hope that you are too, in the way that's perfect for you. Because this is what it's going to take, and this is what it's all about. And I have assurance that the things that seem very disharmonious to us are going to fade. And also, if certain people and things fade out of your life, that's going to be normal. This is why we have the lesson in attachment. It's like love, 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 like that. Okay, so yes, we're launching into a new aspect of our life. We're on the 5D skateboard, surfboard, moving sidewalk, escalator, however you're feeling it. We're on that, and now we're going to work on 6D, crystalline, and also what higher dimensions, what higher frequencies can we bring through it? And Source is channeling these thin titillations of 12D. I can't even interpret them yet, but they come through and they're reformatting. And we just get to have it materialize and go, oh, there it is, there it is. And miracles, they're just, they're the contradiction to 3D control. So if you're having a miracle, you're doing your job. All right. Beautiful beings, love, love, love. Hmm.